What if I told you that the single most dangerous 30 seconds in home dog grooming happens on a piece of skin thinner than a slice of deli ham? Right now, somewhere, a loving dog owner is picking up a pair of household scissors, gently lifting their dog's ear and preparing to snip away a stubborn mat. And in doing so, they are one small flinch away from an injury that can bleed, balloon, and even require surgery. I want you to stay with me for the next few minutes, because what you learn here could save your dog from real pain and save you from a heartbreaking, expensive trip to the emergency vet. The ear leather, that flat, floppy flap of the ear itself, is unlike any other part of your dog's body. It is a thin sandwich of skin, cartilage, and an incredibly rich network of tiny blood vessels, all packed into a surface that moves, folds, and flips constantly. When a mat forms on or near the ear leather, it does something sneaky. It pulls the skin up into itself. The tangled fur tightens like a slow knot, drawing living tissue into the center of the mat, so that what looks like a harmless clump of dead hair is often a clump of dead hair fused directly to your dog's skin. This is where the tragedy begins, because most owners genuinely cannot tell, just by looking, where the mat ends and where their dog begins. Holistic-minded educators like Dr. Karen Becker have long encouraged pet parents to be hands-on with their animal's care, to observe, to touch, to be involved in wellness at home, and that spirit of involvement is a beautiful thing. But being involved does not mean doing everything yourself, and the ear leather is exactly the chance where loving intentions and household scissors collide with devastating results. Think about how a matted ear feels to your dog. Every time they shake their head, that mat tugs on live skin. Every scratch of a hind paw catches it and pulls. The ear may already be tender, inflamed, and hypersensitive before you ever touch it. Now imagine a well-meaning hand grabbing that mat and pulling it away from the head to get a better angle for the scissors. The dog feels a jolt of pain, jerks its head, and suddenly a blade is moving against skin that was stretched taut and hidden inside the fur. In the coming minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what happens inside that ear when things go wrong. How a hidden injury called a hematoma can inflate an ear like a small balloon. Why a single scissor slip on ear leather bleeds far more dramatically than almost anywhere else on the body. And why groomers themselves treat this one zone with more caution than any other. Then I'll walk you through the only approach you should ever consider at home. A method that never involves scissors at all, and help you recognize the exact moment when the kindest thing you can do is put the tools down and call a professional instead. Here is where the story turns dark, because the two injuries hiding inside a matted ear are far worse than most owners ever imagine. Let's start with the one nobody sees coming, the aural hematoma. Inside that thin ear flap runs a fragile web of capillaries, sandwiched between skin and cartilage. When an owner grips a mat and pulls, even gently, even lovingly, the traction doesn't just tug the fur. It shears those tiny vessels against the cartilage beneath them. The skin may look completely fine afterward. There's no cut, no blood, no obvious sign that anything went wrong. But underneath the surface, vessels have ruptured, and blood begins to leak silently into the pocket between skin and cartilage. Hours later, sometimes the next morning, the owner looks down and sees something horrifying. Their dog's ear has puffed up like a warm water balloon, thick and squishy and hot to the touch. That is a hematoma, and it almost never resolves on its own. It typically requires a veterinarian to drain it, and in many cases, surgery to prevent it from refilling, often leaving the ear permanently thickened or crinkled into what old-timers call cauliflower ear. And the dog makes it worse all by itself, because a pulled, aching ear triggers frantic head shaking, and every violent shake ruptures more vessels and pumps more blood into that swelling pocket. Now for the second injury, the one that happens in a single heartbeat, the scissor tear. Remember what I told you? The mat pulls living skin up into itself. When someone slides scissors under a mat on the ear leather and closes the blades, they are often cutting blindly through a bundle that contains skin. Ear leather is so thin and so densely vascular that even a small nick doesn't behave like a small nick. The ear bleeds shockingly, dramatically, out of all proportion to the size of the wound. And because the dog immediately shakes its head, blood sprays across walls, furniture, and the terrified owner, while the flapping motion keeps the wound from ever clotting. A cut that would be minor on the body can become a jagged tear on the ear, because the weight of the mat itself rips the wound wider as it falls. Veterinarians see these cases constantly, and they will tell you the saddest part. The dog often stops trusting grooming altogether, flinching for years at the sight of any tool near its head. This is the moment to be honest with yourself about a hard truth that wellness educators like Dr. Karen Becker have always emphasized in spirit, that truly loving care means knowing the limits of what should be done at home. Your dog cannot tell you that the blade is against skin. It cannot warn you that pressure is building inside the ear. It can only trust you. So before you ever touch another ear mat, you need to know the one method that removes the danger, almost entirely. And that is exactly where we're going next. So what is the safe way, the only way, to deal with a mat on your dog's ear leather at home? The answer is simple to say and vital to remember. Clippers, never scissors. A clipper with a short guard-free blade, ideally a quiet, low-vibration model made for pets, works completely differently than scissors do. Instead of a blade slicing blindly through a bundle that may contain skin, the clipper's flat comb glides along the surface of the ear, and its teeth physically cannot dip down and bite into the flat skin beneath in the way a scissor point can. Here is how the method works. First, calm your dog and choose a moment when they are relaxed, not right after play or during stress. Second, support the ear properly. Rest the ear leather flat against the palm of your hand, so you can feel exactly where the skin is at every moment. Your hand becomes the shield between the blade and your dog. Third, let the clipper do the work. You shave slowly under the mat, moving with the direction of the ear, never pulling the mat upward, never stretching the skin, never rushing. The mat comes away in layers, painlessly, and if your dog fidgets, the flat blade against your palm gives you instant feedback before anything can go wrong. And now the most important instruction in this entire video. Know when to stop. If the mat sits right at the edge of the ear, if it is fused tight against the skin, if your dog is anxious, head shy, or already sore, or if you feel even one flicker of doubt in your hands, stop and call a professional groomer or your veterinarian. This is not failure. This is exactly the kind of wise, informed pet parenting that educators like Dr. Karen Becker have inspired millions of us toward, being deeply involved in our animals' well-being, while having the humility to bring in trained hands for the moments that truly require them. A professional groomer has the tools, the restraint techniques, and the practice touch to remove an ear mat in minutes without trauma, and the cost of that appointment is a fraction of what an emergency hematoma surgery will cost you, in money and in your dog's trust. Prevention, of course, is the truest medicine. A few minutes of brushing around the ears each week, especially behind them where friction from collars and scratching builds tangles fastest, means most mats never form at all. Your dog's ears are among the most sensitive, expressive parts of its body. They lift when your dog is happy, swivel when it hears your voice, and relax when it feels safe beside you. Protecting them is one of the quietest, most meaningful ways you can love your dog back. So put the scissors away for good, keep your clippers and your patience close, and let your hands be the safe place your dog believes them to be. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.